welcome to my channel, and this video is titled Communicating with a Narcissist. Now that's kind of a funny title anyway, because there is no communicating with a narcissist. Absolutely not. And I only speak about, the one narcissist that I was involved with for 7 years. And I guess there is a reason why they call it, a textbook narcissist, because it's not just one person doing these things and saying these things. Just like how when you think you are the only one going through it, you're not. Communicating with a narcissist, you just can't. But I saw this quote on Instagram and I said, oh yeah, absolutely. So it says, narcissists want you to think there's something wrong with your communication skills to avoid accountability for what you are saying to them. What you said made perfect sense. Absolutely. And of course, I'm speaking about Caruso, that I was involved with for 7 years, lied, cheated. Just watch all the other videos. And each time that, he would break my heart, hurt my feelings, which was very frequent, and shut me out, say one thing to my face, do something different behind my back, I would confront him. He would either give me radio silence or conversation over with. I'm done speaking about this. Just completely shut me down and shut me out, right? And I would write these well thought out, perfectly worded emails and messages of, how could you do something to hurt me? What you did hurt me. You say that you love me. If you love someone, you cannot do things to intentionally hurt them. Like, very well written. And I would get radio silence. Or, in typical narcissistic fashion, he would specifically avoid a certain question. And then when I would keep repeating the question, because you're not giving me an answer, so I have to keep asking. And then that's when he starts to turn it around, and you just keep repeating yourself. And I'm like, I keep repeating myself because you're not giving me an answer. And then, I remember this situation. He totally gaslit my butt. And I think I might have touched on it in a previous video. He and I were speaking yet again, and I asked him the question in a message. I'm like, can you really be faithful to one girl? And he would not answer it. And I kept asking. And he said, I already answered your question. And I'm like, no, you didn't. And I'm going through the thread and I'm like, you absolutely did not. Then he says, hand to God, I already answered your question. And if you don't say that I answered your question, I'm done speaking to you. 58-year-old man, too, by the way. So there is no communicating with a narcissist. You can't. It is like you're talking to a wall. You are talking to a wall. They will not answer your questions. I don't know which is worse, getting a lie or just completely getting radio silence. Because remember, with a narcissist, if they cannot talk their way out of something, then they will just completely avoid the conversation, completely avoid it. And I look back on, I can't even call it a relationship, I guess just being involved with Caruso. I'm like, oh my God. Like, it was really awful. It was just, God, I guess you look at it and think, okay, well, now I know what not to do. But again, hindsight's always 20/20. We think, okay, well, we learned this lesson, we're not going to do it again. Oh, that's where the mind and the heart always conflicting. And I feel like I stayed with a narcissist because I wanted him to change. Didn't want to see the red flags. I had hope. Oh, with a narcissist, you can't have hope. And also, I mean, I believe once a cheater, always a cheater. And if you love someone, there's no way you could lie to them and cheat on them. There's no way you could hurt someone if you really love them. So, communicating with a narcissist, you absolutely can't. And if you have to communicate with a narcissist, you already have to have your mental state prepared that nothing good is going to come of it. They are not going to hear you. They are not going to listen to you. You just have to communicate with them like you have to remove your feelings. So, communicating with a narcissist, avoid it if you can because they do not communicate. No, they stonewall you, they gaslight you, they shut you down, they humiliate you, they do everything possible to avoid taking accountability for what they did. So, thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like this content, please consider subscribing. Thanks, guys. See ya.